So what's going on guys, Kids here and welcome back to a brand new video. For today I will show you the best diplomat build in Starfield. So build crafting in this game is so diverse that players have found a powerful build which can boost our speech and persuasion skills while we are talking with other NPCs. So now we can make very fast infinite amount of credits. This build is made for players that want to focus more on building spaceships, exploring different planets, and most importantly, talking with other in-game characters to influence them to do what you want by using diplomacy and a new system introduced in Starfield called the Persuasion and Speech level. If you played Fallout games, then you will be very familiar with this type of playstyle. So if this is your second playthrough, or you just want to make credits much easier and faster, or you just want to discover new endings and storylines by using words and speeches rather than a weapon, then let's get right into it. So for this unique build, our main emphasis will be the need to fight as less as possible, along with some heavy roleplay options using speech, persuasion, intimidation, and influence to complete dialogue options that most players won't ever see. Using this build, we will be able to bypass quests, unlock more possibilities to easier and faster make money, or even control new spaceships. And most importantly, a lot of the planets and our previous enemies, we will make them our friends. So this way we can make infinite amount of credits for all of our future spaceship exploring missions and much more. So then before we get into the build specifics, let me quickly explain what is a speech check and a persuasion meter. So dialogue and speech checks are a bit more complex than in other similar games. From the screenshot you can see a variety of mechanics. So first of all, what we have is the point system for each dialogue and speech option. The higher points you get, the more of this bar you will fill up, and the more it does, the more persuasive you will be, and the character that you're talking to will do what you want. You also can see a great bar with persuasion, and a meter with options along with turns. The points equal to how many gray bars are used during the specific turn. Thus players will want to not only increase this bar, but be careful about selecting a higher point option during their first turn, because you will not want to use all of your persuasion points right away, as that won't achieve anything useful. Dialogue takes place not over one screen or just one interaction, but multiple. So because of our specific traits, background and skills, we will get our persuasion level a lot higher and easier, and we will get way more points than other players. But with that said, we still need to keep in mind that it will take time and roleplay skill to make other NPCs do exactly what we want. And then finally, if you ever find enemies that can be reasoned with, then we will use the stealth mechanic. So you can avoid fights or easily one-shot enemies by sneaking up on them. This can help you to avoid detection and do extra 2 times more damage with a sneak attack. You can increase this damage further with the suppressor modification on the muzzle of your weapon. The stealth mechanic in Starfield works with a hidden bar on the top center of the screen. You will need to unlock the stealth skill, and that is recommended early on, depending on your background selection. As you become detected or concealed, the bar will move back and forwards. There hasn't been a diplomat ever who hasn't dirtied his hands even a little bit, but as this will happen very rarely, so just keep this in mind as your backup option. So then now let's move over to our build, and as our build name implies, we will be using the diplomat background, which will give us these 3 starting skills, called the Persuasion, Commerce and Wellness. Diplomat does not have a starting skill for a weapon bonus, so we'll make up for that later in the skills and weapon choices. The Persuasion will give us the ability to have these points much higher, and it will give us an increased chance of success on our speech challenges. Then the Commerce skill will give us a better prices with trading. So I might have not said this enough, but another huge point that we as a diplomat will not be able to only manipulate NPCs, but as well we will be able to dominate the trading and marketplace, so we could make credits much faster and easier. Starfield backgrounds, also known as the starting class, will determine your character's story and the 3 starting skills. You can only pick one background, and each one will provide the character with certain buffs, benefits and NPC reactions. So that's why this diplomat background is so overpowered. Then as far as traits go, the best trait for a speech and persuasion build in Starfield is the Neon Street Rat. This trait will give you access to special dialogue options and a better rewards from some missions on Neon, but it has some downsides. Crime bounty on other factions is greatly increased, and you are not able to use another faction trait. Traits are optional customization options in character creation. and players can select up to 3 traits from a wide list to further shape their character. For this build, I recommend the Neon Street Rat, as it is the only trait that will give you extra speech and dialogue options that no other class will get. So then moving over to the best skills. And the main must-have skill that we need to unlock as soon as possible is the Intimidation skill. This one will give us the ability to strike fear into our enemies, causing them to flee so that you can escape or attack first. And of course, as you can see, the higher rank you get, the more and better upgrades and intimidation tactics you will get to use at your disposal. Unfortunately, there's no easy or fast way to level it up, so you will just have to start talking and manipulating other characters, and the more you will do, the higher rank you will reach. As this build main focus is on diplomacy and money making, so after you unlock the intimidation level with the other 3 starting skills that you get from choosing the background, then from here in no specific order you should unlock the instigation, leadership, xenology, ballistic certification, shotgun certification, stealth, concealment, medicine and chemistry. Starfield skill system includes multiple skills spread between 5 categories of skills called social, tech, physical, science and combat. Skills from every category will upgrade, customize and enhance your Starfield character playstyle. Skills can also make your character more powerful in combat, efficient with weapons, a better negotiator and a ship pilot, or even increase your base stats like health or endurance. All of the skills that I mentioned are must-have for our build, but after you unlock them, the other ones you can unlock from your personal preference, as they won't really affect the Diplomat build that much. Then let's go over to the weapons, and shotguns and pistols with a silencer make the best weapons for our Diplomat build. Starfield weapons come in 3 big categories called the physical, energy and electromagnetic. Our build will primarily focus on close-range weapons and a silencer stealth weapon. Ideally, this build will avoid combat and confrontation, but in the event it's impossible to do so, then shotgun will help with that in close range. The pistol, stealth and silencer let us engage on our terms and avoid a full-out gunfight. I've tested this myself, and you can easily reach endgame and max level with just persuasion and few gunfights. But if you ever get stuck or overwhelmed, and you truly only care about making money and manipulating NPCs through diplomacy, then don't forget that you can change your in-game difficulty to very easy as well. So overall, as we won't be using weapons often, so you can pick whatever pistol and shotgun you want, then equip a silencer, and our backup plan is ready for action. So then let's move over to the armor. The same as with weapons, we won't have to use them often, but as we will be rich and powerful, so it won't hurt to get the best armor. And I recommend the UC Marine spacesuit, UC Marine power pack and a helmet. UC Marine armor offers great resistance, is easily customizable and highly available. The goal of any build is to increase your damage, reduce damage taken and be able to tackle any situation. Then for the next thing we have the companions, and the best speech and persuasion companion is Sarah Morgan, because she has the best leadership skill, botany and astrodynamics. Leadership is the key skill, giving us increased affinity to companions. Her other skills outside of combat are useful for crafting and spaceship making. Another consideration as the crew member with a fantastic skill is the Marika Burrows. She has ballistics and shotgun certification, and makes a great choice if conversations turn into combat. And then last but not the least, as I said, there will be many ways to make easy money with the Diplomat, but at least my favorite one is the spaceship stealing, aka space boarding. So in Starfield you can target specific systems on starships, disable them and then board them. This mechanic is perfect for our Diplomat build, because we can easily capture targets in space and even command their ship. If for one of our endgame skills you pick the targeting control systems, then that skill will allow you to focus on specific aspects to disable spaceship systems. The garage drive is typically the most important, so an enemy ship cannot travel away, then followed by the engine and then the weapon systems. Once all of these are disabled, you can board enemies by getting close and hitting the dock key. Once upon the ship, you can kill, capture or negotiate with the crew. If you decide to steal the ship, you can fly to a local spaceport and register it, and make sure that there's no contraband on the board. And once registered, you can change the ship by sending it one to your home. Your previous starship will not disappear, but will return to the spaceport. So I laid out many ways that you can make money and complete quests by using the Diplomat build, but the choice is yours. use the methods that you like the most, and have fun. So with that said, I really do appreciate everyone for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, feedback, or other video ideas like build guides or beginner tutorials that you would like to see in the next video, then feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below. If you found this video helpful, then please leave a like, subscribe, and enable that notification bell, so this way you could support the channel and you will not miss any more upcoming content for Starfield. With that said, you have an amazing day and I will see you in my next video, so take it easy, peace.